Good morning, everybody. It's 9 a.m. on a Thursday morning here at the Iowa Quilt Museum. I'm Melody Reels in Winterset, Iowa. And it's 9:01. I'm just a smidge behind, but I'm excited to share this new exhibit with you. Trying to kind of hide, but anyway, let's real quick before we get to the exhibit. We had a changeover. If you didn't know, Iowa Quilts ended on Friday or Saturday evening was our last day. We closed the doors, and Saturday night we took them down. So I just want to say thank you to all the volunteers, my family, my husband, my godmother, our board that came and helped take down. And then we took Sunday off for Easter, and Monday we had most of them up, and my husband did a great job helping me with lights. So I just want to thank everybody that helped clean. And it takes a lot to get that done, especially in, that time frame. So, and one more shout out to all the Iowa quilt shops that participated in Iowa Quilts. We had Hen and Chicks, Redfield Quilt Shop, Quilted Forest, Woodside out of Des Moines, Traditional Primitive, which is an online shop, Off the Rails, Mash Modern, and of course, Pieceworks here in town, and the Quilted Windmill, which I'm going to take their quilts back to Pella this Saturday. So I'm going to go see Tulips and take some friends, and we're going to go see Pella. And just a little shout out to Pella. They're having their Tulip Festival next weekend. So if you're traveling for the Tulip Festival, please consider coming by and seeing the Iowa Quilt Museum while you're around the area. Also, thank you to all the quilters that also had quilts in the exhibit. Off the top of my head, Abby Allen, Daniela, that has a name I will brutalize if I try to say it, Janet Pittman, there's others and my mind is blank. So, but thank you to all those people. So we opened officially for this exhibit on Tuesday. When we do an opening, our new thing is to do a free sneak peek from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. before we open at 10. So we had a nice turnout of people coming to check out the new exhibit. And I just want to thank all those people for coming and taking a sneak peek. That was a lot of fun. So when we change exhibits, be on a lookout for that. So then when this comes down and the new exhibit comes up on August 5th, we'll have another opportunity for a sneak peek. Real quick, Iowa Quilt Festival, June 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. A quilt retreat from 4th, 5th, and 6th, 3-day quilt retreat. We provide breakfast and a lunch. We also have 3 classes each day on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Sharon Wastany, Millie Curley, Scott Flanagan, Tony Jacobson. One of the exhibitors from this exhibit, we have 4 gals that's represented in this exhibit. One of them will be teaching a class. We have 2 lectures. We have evening activities. Go to our website, iowaquiltmuseum.org, and go to events and click on 2025 Iowa Quilt Festival, and you will find all that information there. The ladies that are in this exhibit will be here that week as well. So let's introduce this exhibit. This is Tiny Pieces, Vast Visions. And there's 4 ladies, there they are, that put this exhibit together. We have 6 of each of their quilts. So there's 24 quilts in our exhibit. They do have this book that they put out, and we do sell them in our gift shop. Mine's all tabbed up for today. I usually, spotlight the quilter and we talk about them. So, since, I'm going to have 6 opportunities to do that for each person, I figured I would just real quick, how these ladies met were, they all signed up for the same date at Meet the Artist. And that's how they met. They realized that they had similar styles and techniques. The 4 women did not know each other before teaming up to curate Tiny Pieces. So the names are Niraja Lorenz, Susan Lapham, Deb Kashat, and Irene Roderick. Worked on the Special Events Committee for SACWA, but as contemporary quilt makers, they each knew that their work was extraordinary, and when viewed together, the exhibit would command a strong visual impact. That's an understatement. Putting this exhibit together was crazy. Just trying to get it all put together. So a little bit about Susan, and I'll just read the first set of works. We're going to look at one of Susan's today over here. And in front of me, we're going to look at one of Niraja's. This is Niraja in front of me, and I'll show you that in a minute. But Susan works are always riveting explorations of colors. Some of her quilts have an ethereal quality. What did I just say? Ethereal quality and whispers their brilliance into the viewer. Niraja's Lorenz quilts speak quickly. They're vivid works of art that grab your eye and hold onto it. And I'm about to show you that in just a sec. So I'm going to turn this camera around, and we are going to show you the first quilt. I want to get to the page first, sorry. I hope I have the right one. I don't have the right one. Okay, so I'm going to change around. This is called Strange Attractor number 18, Red Splash. What? That's all tiny pieces. Just in case you're wondering, there is no prints on that. That's not printed fabric. That's pieced together. All those little tiny pieces you see in the top left corner, that's pieced together. It's crazy. So let's read what she says. This is by Niraja Lorenz, made in 2016. It's 73 inches high by 68 wide. Strange Attractor number 18, Red Splash, was created after months of working in neutrals. I craved color and quickly designed and construct the red, black, and white sections in the lower left. I didn't like it and was going to add to the bin of unfinished objects. Unexpectedly, a friend placed it atop my recently completed quilt. Instantly, I knew my desire to work in brighter colors would have to wait. It's so rich in tone and color. I just love it so much. And I do love how the red really just complements everything else in it. So I'm going to take you off the stand here, and we're going to take a closer look. Oh no. Sorry, I'm looking for something really quick. All right, I left you hanging. Let's get a closer look, and let's look at the quilting, because I believe the quilter is, this is quilted by Niraja. Sorry, I keep shortening her name. Because the quilting, the purpose, it's so purposeful, and the thread color, and you could just stare at this for quite some time, and you'll just find new things in it. Like, what? Why do we have that there? I don't know, but it's fantastic. The quilting inside the box. Look at this. The corners aren't lined up. What? But they are lined up, but they're not lined up. But they are. All tiny. All these are little pieces. Let's get up in here for you. I love to hear people's interpretations. That was fun on Tuesday morning when people were coming in to hear their thoughts and what each quilt made them think of. You know, we each have our own life, our own experiences, and to hear when they see something, what it conveys to them, and how it conveys something completely different to somebody else is so great. I mean, every stitch is so intentional, whether the color of the thread, the placement. I mean, we've got, I don't know if you can see that. I gotta put my glasses on, see if you could see it. We've got it bending in here, the stitching. It really is something. We've got the red eye. So I said something about like this being like a Star Wars, Darth Vader, TIE fighter kind of a quilt. And somebody else said, I see, spoke to me Alfred Hitchcock movies. I was just like, there's just so much. Somebody really loved how, you know, it just lightens up here and the rich tones over here. And how it just all comes together so well. Let's look at some more of these neutral tones over here. What do you think, people? Is this your style? That's something else. I've had, you know, traditional quilters go, oh, wow, this is amazing, but I just love traditional quilts. And I have other people come in and go, this is art. And it is. And how do they, how does their brain work to put this all together and create this piece? Well, if you are interested in knowing, Niraja will be here for the Quilt Festival. They will have a Q&A on Thursday afternoon from 3 to 5. And then also a gallery walk that evening. And you can hear from her herself and see how she planned this all out and how she mapped it all out. We can just keep looking at this. I mean, and you just wouldn't get tired of it. You'd find something new and something fun. I just love the intentionality of it all. Okay, so again, that is, oh, I gotta open my book. Strange Attractor number 18, Red Splash by Niraja Lorenz. I am going to put you back on the stand and we're gonna swing around. To tell you, I could not decide where to start on this exhibit because everything was so exciting. Here we go. More tiny pieces. More vast visions. This is playground number 5. I couldn't find it in the book, so I have to take this off the wall. This is Playland 5, dimensions 87 inches high and 84 inches wide. Pieced by Susan Lapham. Quilted by John, I'm not even going to attempt his last name. All right, I'll try. Just for your humor, just to delight, so you can delight in my terrible reading. I'm going to say Separas. That's what we're going with. Entering the park, filled with excitement and anticipation, we had many choices to make. Which ride, what games. It's all about turning an ordinary day into the best ever day with all the fun that awaits. So you really, when you come in and you know that there's 4 quilters and they each have 6 quilts, you pretty quickly figure out whose is whose. So this is, when you saw Niraja's, a lot of them are like that. All of her quilts are like that. And I can't wait to share those with you. And when you look at Susan's here, you're going to know hers because I have a gal pal who is an engineer, and she loved Susan's quilts. She wants a print on her wall of one of her quilts. Also, her house is mid-century modern, and yes, it is very mid-century modern. Again, that's not printed fabric. Those are all tiny, tiny little squares, tiny little pieces. So I'm going to take you off the stand, and we're going to take a look at it, and you're going to look at all the quilting that was done on this quilt. Let's come over here where these little pieces are. And just look at the quilting on it. I've had somebody say that they thought it looked like an overhead view of like a street, a city, a town, like a map, which it very well could be. Or, you know, you could see that. I just want to know what goes through these ladies' head. And to put something like this together, to decide that maybe this line doesn't need to be so straight, that they put a curve in it. Or, you know, that, you know, we're going to do orange and reds here, and we're going to do blues over here. That we're not going to have a 90 degree here. It's so great. It's so great. And it just keeps going up. We'll come down. Somebody brought up there's no binding on any of these quilts. Somebody's going to tell me what that is. I can't remember the term for it when there's not a binding. Beautiful colors. I find her quilts to be the colors are just so soothing and so relaxing, and at the same time so vibrant and beautiful. So there you go. There's an introduction to 2 of our quilters, and next week I'll feature Irene Broderick's and Deb Kashat's next week. But this is an introductory to Susan Lapham and Niraja Lorenz, and I cannot wait to share more with you. It's a pretty vibrant and exciting exhibit to share with you, and I'm just looking forward to showing you more. I'm going to flip the camera and you'll get a little sneak peek here, probably behind me. Yeah. What? So much to share, and I'm so excited to share this with you all in these next few weeks. And again, if you're passing through just off of 80, and we're just 15 minutes south of I-80, 15 minutes west of Interstate 35. If you're taking your road trip this summer, come and see us here in Winterset, Iowa, at the Iowa Quilt Museum. We have some really exciting quilts to just stretch your brain on what you think a quilt is. And I am excited. I'm here for it and I'm loving it. All right, everybody, have a great weekend, and I will see you next week.